Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, today we are going vegan. Yes, we are going vegan. I've actually been dropping one or two shorts on vegan options, but today we are going to be making a complete Cameroonian vegan dish. And if you are vegan, you might want to consider this. I advise you go for this. It is not only vegan, it is delicious and very healthy. All right, so if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, my name is Chana Z, and here we twist the little things my mom showed me in her beautiful traditional kitchen. We cook as a family and we eat as a family. So welcome to the Chana Z's family. And as usual, let's pull our chairs and get started. All right, you are all welcome. So let's begin. So I started by visiting the market to grab some beans, and it was quite expensive. I don't know, things are getting extremely expensive, but hey, we need to eat, right? So I got back home, and here we have our Irish potatoes, and I made the girls to peel the Irish potatoes while the boys were segregating the beans, the bad grains from the good grains. But I just forgot to shoot that section. Yeah. So yes, it's holiday. The house is full with kids, and the boys were the ones selecting the beans while the girls were peeling the Irish potato, and one person was making sure that our fireside gets ready, lighting the charcoal. So our charcoal was ready, and while supervising them, I thought of making something quick to put their minds, body, and souls together. So I quickly washed some plums, then had some ripe plantains here with me. I decided to roast it quickly for them so we could all be happy in the kitchen. Yeah, when they are happy, they learn fast. All right, so it's holiday time, and we need to bond as a family. We cousins are here and there, and we need to share love around our fireside. All right, so here I am roasting the plantains for them while they are selecting the beans and peeling the Irish potatoes. And yes, boys are supposed to learn how to cook because what if? So, all right. So our plantains are here roasting, and this is also a vegetarian and a vegan dish. So you can go for this option as well. And here is the season for roasted plantain and plum, and you'll find it in every street of Cameroon, literally every street of Cameroon. So if you're looking for where to try this, just go to one of the streets and you see plantain and plum. All right, so it was delicious, it was lovely, and we were all happy. We had a great time, and it was about time to start with our cooking. So the boys did perfectly well, beans nicely salted and thoroughly washed, and it's about time to put to boil. But we did not pre-soak our beans because of time constraints, but that's not really an issue. So you can go ahead and do yours. So it was a big debate on what to eat the next day, and by the time they agreed on this meal, it was late in the evening and we could not go shopping. So yeah, that's why I had to go shopping the next day, and we didn't have enough time to soak our beans beforehand. But it's not a problem, it's not a big deal. You can go ahead and cook your beans without pre-soaking. Just make sure you boil your beans thoroughly until tender. So yeah, so our beans is nicely cooked and it's time to set it aside and go on to the next step, which is cooking our Irish potatoes. So the girls played their part well and their potatoes are nicely peeled, um, properly washed as well. And it's about time to introduce it into a clean pot, adding some clean water and some salt and put it to boil. Now make sure you put minimum amount of water. Do not put excessive water because we are going to be mashing the potatoes and we do not want it to be watery. All right. So we added in some ground pepper for some heat, and I'll just show you how I blended my pepper. I did it traditionally. We usually grind our pepper using a stone. So I'm just using my stone to grind my pepper as my mama taught me. All right. So every Cameroonian home has this tone. Yes, except you're not from Cameroon. We all have this. So just go ahead and grind your pepper. Make sure you do not rub your eyes or any part of your body. before washing your hands. Otherwise, you won't find it funny. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my fingers and scoop my pepper from the stone and then take it into my pot. All right. So yeah, that was it. So on to the next step, on to the next step. Now back to our beans, we're just going to go ahead and rinse the beans, then strain it nicely and add it to the pot of potatoes. Now you want to make sure that your potatoes is cooked to about 85%. Make sure it is about 85% done and then you add in your beans. Once you add the beans, ensure that the water dries up completely and your potatoes are nicely cooked. So here, this is what we did, and we're gonna let it cook until completely dried. Then we're gonna warm some palm oil. So just warm your palm oil. It doesn't need to bleach, just warm your palm oil and then start mashing your potatoes and beans. Now, this dish is so interesting because it literally needs just three main ingredients. That's the beans, the potatoes, and your palm oil. Now, our oil is hot. We're going to add it to our pot of beans and potatoes, and then we start mashing and mashing and mashing. So just mash it gently, and of course, add in some love, add in some salt for seasoning, and then make sure you mash it nicely. Now, I know you've got questions on your mind, so I'll just go ahead and answer that question. Yes, palm oil is vegan. It's vegan friendly. Palm oil is a vegetable oil that is derived from palm nuts, so do not bother. It is vegan, so you can go ahead and enjoy your palm oil. Now, so in the same pot, I added a little bit of oil and stir fried some sliced onions. Now, this is to garnish the mashed potatoes. And you remember I told you earlier I had to set aside a little bit of beans because I love having those grains of beans in my mashed potatoes. Now, this is optional, it's a personal preference. Others will just go ahead and mash everything. But I always like to see one or two grains of whole beans in my mashed potatoes. Now, in the pot of potatoes or mashed potatoes, we're going to transfer the remaining beans and then top it up with the stirred fried onions, add in some salt for seasoning, and then mix it. Now, you are not mashing it anymore because we are done with mashing. You though you are using your pistol, but you're just mixing everything and making sure that it is nicely combined. So friends, everything is ready and this is what our mashed potatoes look like. Like I told you earlier, we call it pile pile or tukni or mashed potatoes and beans. So if you've never had the opportunity to try this, then do consider giving it a try and you would definitely thank me later. Now it's about time to say goodbye, but before that, I just want to thank you all for your love and support. I want to thank my returning subscribers, my returning friends. I appreciate you so, so much. And to my new joiners, you are most welcome. As I earlier said, this is family, so feel at home, feel free, and feel comfortable. So I'll definitely see you in the next one. But before we go, let's remember to be kind and be grateful because kindness is gratitude. I love you all. Bye.